If someone told you that there was a type of learning out there more effective than the ones being used in classrooms today, wouldn't you want your child to be able to access it? This type of learning is often referred to as outdoor adventure education, or OAE for short, and it is quickly capturing the hearts and minds of not just the parents, but more importantly the children. Research is now coming out that OAE may actually create a better learning environment because it forces you to use both sides of your brain simultaneously. What kind of impact could that have on a child's development? And what does an OAE learning experience look like? Stick around until the end of the video and find out, as we will answer all of those questions and more. What does OAE look like in action? Outdoor adventure education seeks to put the emphasis on personal fulfillment, meaning children will be able to take their own lessons from the experience. Activities like hiking, learning how to collaborate with others, and a whole lot more make up the foundation of OAE, which seeks to bring back nature into our learning experience. Some of the pillars of this experiential learning method include risk, challenge, enjoyment, and problem solving, all of which are very important for the growth and development of their young minds. Outdoor adventure education could very well be the answer to the one-size-fits-all education that so many children unfortunately get funneled into. This isn't an ideal learning environment, since everyone thinks and learns differently, and there is more of a likelihood that someone gets left behind in these systems. As a result, OAE is quickly picking up momentum among parents and teachers who strive to get the most out of our children's learning experience. All of that is well and good, but many parents get concerned that adding an OAE either in place of or on top of a more traditional education could cause their children to fall behind. Not only is this not the case, but evidence suggests that this type of learning can actually push them harder and unlock something called the golden brain. We'll explain. Both sides of your brain working as one. A few years ago, people believed that they either favored one side of their brain, the analytical one, or the other side, their creative one. People believed that one side was more dominant, like a muscle that was being worked more than others, and as a result people tended to favor certain activities and learning strategies more than others. More recently, following extensive MRI research, we have discovered that this might not be the case at all, and that our brains work in a way much different than we would have figured. The studies being done concluded that people actually don't favor either side of their brain, but only tend to use one part of it at a time. That part was not being decided by what kind of thinker we are, but instead by the task that we were doing. This led to several breakthroughs within the education sector too, as we hurried to see how we could best adjust our learning programs to maximize our brains. Unsurprisingly to some, OAE was found to be incredibly effective at forcing us to use both sides of our brains simultaneously. But why is that the case? Well, OAE tends to force young minds into thinking differently, and often into multitasking in order to solve a problem. This out-of-the-box mindset is a great thing to learn, since our brain can often struggle with it if we don't have experience doing it. For example, if a teacher asks a group of students to use nature to create a home that will withstand rainfall, that is going to be a big ask for the students. Not only do they need to work together and create a concept for a functional home, they also must use their awareness of their surroundings and understanding of the natural world to go about making it happen. Takeaways from this discovery. Okay, so that was a bit technical. So let's take a look at the broader picture here instead. When you put someone through a situation that involves risk-taking, independent thinking, and collaboration, what do you get out of it? Well, the answer is pretty simple. By putting children in these situations, you better prepare them for the real world, as well as how to operate within the confines of it. Some people may minimize the impact of interacting with the outside world, but they are really missing the point. OAE isn't just seeking to give the next generation a better view of the natural world. It is also using that world as an educational sandbox for students to utilize. The brain is a muscle, and like every muscle it needs to be worked out in specific ways in order to grow and develop. And in the same way that bodybuilders need to exercise every part of their body in order to avoid looking uneven, our brains need to be exercised in multiple ways so that we can become balanced adults. There's nothing sillier than someone who goes to the gym all day and develops massive shoulders and biceps, just to look like they're going to topple over with how small and skinny their legs are. You don't really want to be left or right side dominant, as it can create strange issues like discovering blind spots as you grow older, which can affect your ability to find work or to create meaningful relationships with others. While the discovery that OAE is better able to challenge the whole brain, and not just parts of it, is huge, there is still so much we don't know. The brain is something that, even with the advantages of modern medicine, we are only just beginning to understand. What we do know is that putting children in situations where they are forced to draw their own conclusions seems to help them more than simply feeding them information like a traditional classroom experience would. OA does a better job of cultivating a learning environment, since each student is able to pursue the lesson and take away from their day, and they are not being funneled into a single conclusion. What do you guys think about this exciting discovery? What do you think it could mean for the future of education? Let us know in the comments section down below what you guys think. As always, if you enjoyed the video, we would greatly appreciate you leaving a like, as it helps us out big time. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more OAE videos. We'll see all of you next time, and until then, make sure you get out and explore.